Hi everybody, it's Jules here, and I'm going to do a week 15 to 20 pregnancy update for you. I just filmed my first trimester overview, so I'll put that link here and you can watch that. Okay, where are we in my pregnancy now, going back in time? It is week 15 and we were out of the first trimester, and we were super happy about that because it just feels nice. Not that I had a terrible first trimester, as you can watch in the video, but it just feels like that milestone that you passed, right? So week 15, really not that much happened. As I had mentioned, I was feeling really great. I didn't have any morning sickness. My appetite was great. I didn't have any real cravings or aversions. I had a midwife appointment, and it was actually with neither of my two midwives. How they do it is I give you a primary and a secondary midwife, but both were on vacation during that time, so I just got to meet with another one, and that was fine. My husband came with me for that appointment, and he got to hear the heartbeat for the first time, which was really fun and exciting, just on the Doppler, right? We were working really hard to prepare for my sister-in-law's bridal shower. That was that next weekend. In week 16, I worked really hard to get my sister-in-law's shower done, and I think I kind of overworked myself because I actually got a little bit sick. I think I just burnt myself out, to be honest. But it was a success, and that's what matters, right? So we had a really great time. She really loved it. She was really impressed by all the hard work we did, and so that made it all worth it. And then I had my IPS-2 blood work that week. The IPS tests for trisomy 18, spina bifida, and Down syndrome. And that was, the first part of that test was at 12 weeks when we also had that ultrasound. So I just had to go in and get some quick blood work done. So at 17 weeks, I could feel the baby move, something around there. I probably had felt it move a little bit before. I thought I did a few times, but of course in the early stages you always confuse it for gas or something else weird going on in your body. But definitely by 17 and definitely by 18 weeks, I could feel him hit she, her, the baby. Because at the 18-week ultrasound, as the baby was moving around on the screen, the technician, she was like, "Oh, you must feel that." And I was like, "Yeah, I definitely can," because he was crazy moving around. Felt good to know that, those rumblings around down there were in fact a baby and not just me digesting food, although I would still kind of describe it as a food digestion feeling. Like, that's kind of what it feels like for whatever reason. So in week 17 is when I really started to pop, and I started to show my belly, but I could still kind of hide it with certain pants and looser tops, a lot more so than now, that now most of the tops would kind of stick out or they would have a weird angle on them. But I was noticing the bump that I couldn't really suck it in. Like before, it was kind of like if I had a certain posture and I did my pants up, then you couldn't see it. And it's not like that's a big deal or anything. Obviously it's exciting to have a little belly because that's where your little baby is, but it's definitely weird to see your body change when you're used to having it look a certain way for so long, because I still have clothes in my closet from when I was 12, which, okay, fine, I should probably get rid of, but it's just weird to be able to fit into that into adulthood, and then all of a sudden you can't. But at some point I started sleeping with a body pillow in my bed. It's just this old straight body pillow I've had for a long time, and I just find it more comfortable to sort of sleep on my side that way. I don't think I will invest in a big old maternity body pillow. I don't think. At this point, I definitely don't need one. I'm fine with the one we have. And I kind of like it because I can flip it. Like if my legs are wrapped around it, I can flip it to the left or to the right quite easily. It's not a big hassle to move it around in the bed. One thing I really liked about the midwife appointment I had in week 20 was that she told me that I shouldn't be too paranoid about sleeping on the left side only and blocking arteries and hurting the baby and all of that, because her theory is basically that, your body will kind of be attuned to it. If, the baby's not getting enough oxygen, you're not getting enough oxygen, and you're going to wake up and turn yourself around. Plus, it's kind of hard to gauge how you will be positioned in bed because you're sleeping, and you could turn at any point and you wouldn't really know. So that made me feel a lot better, and I would kind of wish that peace of mind on more pregnant women, because, sometimes sleeping is hard enough, and you don't want to have to be paranoid about, you know, hurting the baby while you're asleep. So that made me feel a lot better. But yeah, I do enjoy the body pillow. So I do sleep with a lot of pillows, and that's a little bit new. I used to be more of a stomach sleeper, but that, I don't know when that changed. I was still for a long time. I guess probably after the first trimester, I just kind of adjusted to sleeping on the side more, and now I don't really miss the stomach that much at all. The next week 18, we had our third and probably final ultrasound because everything is looking great. The baby's measuring well, and we probably won't need another one, but who knows as the pregnancy progresses. So the baby was moving around a lot in this ultrasound as well, which was really fun to watch, and it was exciting, and we got more pictures, and it's always sad when it ends because you could watch it just all day, and that was the chance to find out the gender of the baby, which we decided not to. A lot of people were asking if we would or would not, and we're pretty old-fashioned, so we didn't. And now everyone's gonna have to deal with buying us gender-neutral things and just waiting. So that weekend was my sister-in-law's bachelorette party, and it was pretty good. I wasn't as tired as I thought it would be. I thought it would be like absolutely exhausted, but I was able to kind of keep up with everyone, and I had a really good time. So I was glad about that because I definitely was the only pregnant person there. We are at week 19. We met our primary midwife for the first time, and she's super nice. Her name's Karen, and she's really, really sweet. She has a good sense of humor. She kind of spoke to me and my husband in a way that we liked and kind of understood better. She had really good answers to our questions and didn't make my husband feel uneasy about asking stuff. And yeah, we're really, really happy. I think around 20 weeks, my husband was able to feel the baby move too. If he's patient enough and leaves his hand on my belly long enough while I know there's some movement going on, he can feel that little bump underneath his hand, so he thinks that's really funny. And yeah, I feel him move all the time, so that's really happy and special, and I love it. So week 20, I started getting a little bit of heartburn. And I don't know if it's coincidence because in some baby books and whatever, they start talking about the baby growing hair, and everyone assumes that my baby will be really hairy because my husband's pretty hairy. But I thought I was having some like uncomfortable digestion something that week, and it kind of felt like in my throat here. I don't know. I don't really know what heartburn is, but I assumed it was something. So I was just trying to drink some water and make that go away. But something that I will share with you that you may laugh at or whatever is I found a product called Hazelwood, and they make jewelry. They're just simple wooden bracelets, and then they add these beads to them. So the idea with them is that it's an ancient native tradition that they wear these products, and it draws the toxins out of their body. And Hazelwood Jewelry claims to help with heartburn. And the shop owner is saying that a client of hers wears a necklace, a bracelet, and an anklet, and swears that it helps her acne. So that really excited me because I would love to have help with my skin. My skin has been blowing up. I guess I didn't really talk about that because it's sad to me. I don't want to talk about it, but definitely a lot of skin changes, assuming it's all hormonal, and it's mostly in the jaw region and the neck, which I think is like the hormonal place, plus in the chest area that I'm kind of hoping a little bit getting under control. I don't know if it's a coincidence, but I think it has helped the heartburn really right away. Definitely not my skin, still holding out on that, but in week 20 I got the bracelets and the heartburn kind of came and went. So coincidence, placebo, I don't know, but there's that. Take it as you will. I clearly bought into it, and the verdict is still out there. So we will see, and I will keep you posted on how I feel about these products at a later time. So something I didn't mention, but I guess I could, is that I did get diagnosed with a yeast infection. I probably had it like the whole pregnancy, and I didn't even realize. I didn't really have any of the typical symptoms, except for some funky discharge. And it wasn't even that bizarre. Basically, I'd just been reading about getting a lot of discharge at this stage in my pregnancy. I forget where it was, something around 12 weeks. But they had described it as being clear, and mine just wasn't clear. So at the 16-week midwife appointment, I had them test for that, and then in week 17, they said that it was positive for yeast. So I did try some natural methods that we had discussed. One involves garlic cloves, I'm sure you can imagine, and one involves natural yogurt, plus probiotics and such things. But after like a week and a half, it didn't really seem to be helping, and I was just getting frustrated with it. So I did take the Monistat 7, and that cleared it like right away. Like after a few days, it was clearing up. And what happened to the end of the story is to be continued, I suppose, in week 21, which is this week, and I'm going to film a separate video for that. So anyway, sorry to leave on that weird little note there. So that is it for my weeks 15 to 20 overview. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you shortly. Take care, bye.